Hi, my name is Zizaran, gamer, and I'm gonna react hard. Whoa! That's
I
hot.
speak now to those who heed a darker call.
Oh, they're announcing the Necromancer!
Bold enough
I don't know why people found that
to
such a big
cross
deal.
the sin
That seemed kind of obvious.
deeper knowledge. Who follow
Literally
an
DD.
unquenchable yearning.
Now, first right off the bat, that is a bad summoner. You don't raise summon skeleton or raise summon zombie and then kill your own zombie. That's just a bad practice. Nobody does that.
You will be shunned, scorned.
It's not so much
Mocked
that
as
you're
a
getting
living
shunned and scorned as you just
sacrifice.
look super scary.
This profane
Maybe have like a less like I just killed all my friends vibe. Maybe you'd have more friends.
You will be a priest of Rathma. A necromancer. And you will not confront the darkness alone. We are the speakers of the dead.
That's pretty cool.
And the dead have no mercy.
I mean, Necro looks cool. Always being a Sork kind of guy myself, but there are Necro enjoyers. I don't think I'll play Necro. Is this gameplay? Xbox Series X?
Diablo 4 is the next generation of action RPG, melding monster slaying and loot collecting with
It's
a
very
fully
pretty.
realized open world.
Open world. That's what I was
For the
hoping
faint of
for.
heart. It's gory and unnerving. It's creepy.
Diablo 4 is all about player choice.
It takes all of the pillars of
Player choice. Player choice.
it takes all
That
of the
fits
pillars
so
of
well.
the Diablo game and just expands them with all of the new features that people really love and appreciate in modern games. Whoever you see yourself being, you can create
The wizard.
in Diablo 4.
It's important to include robust character customization because then I can play the fantasy that I want to play.
Sure.
It allows you to switch around your playstyle as well.
Everything feels very powerful and fun.
One of the really cool things about having an open world is your journey that you take throughout Diablo 4 is your own. There's no linear path that you have to follow.
We've got almost 150 dungeons in the game.
Is that gonna be true?
We've got almost 150 dungeons in the game.
There's no linear path that you have to follow.
Well, there
We've
will be a
got
best
almost
one.
150 dungeons in the game.
There's all kinds of surprises as you're exploring.
Strongholds are an enemy territory that you need to reclaim.
You might have a space that begins as a hostile area, but after you've cleared it out,
The evil in this place has been cleansed.
it now becomes a friendly town.
Sometimes it's a new town, sometimes it's a new dungeon. There's a whole bunch of rewards that you get, and you have a real impact on the world as a result.
No, you can't leave us here. They might come back any moment.
Local events are really cool little story segments that happen within the open world.
You'll just be running through the world and then a local event will pop up and you can choose to participate in it or get a group together and just wail on
Hey,
these
this
like
looks sick.
giant world bosses.
Oh my god, they just confirmed pay to win in Diablo 4. Did you hear that?
or get a group together and just wail on these like giant.
Oh my god, they're gonna cost money to fight the world bosses? I'm just kidding, don't worry. I actually love the world bosses.
These are events that
Actually,
take a lot
they're
of
sick.
people, and you really have to work together.
Being able to see all the players on your screen, collaborating, trying to take this big monster down, it's epic.
It's so easy to create a community. It makes Diablo more of a social experience.
We've got
I love
fully
that it's
enabled
open world,
crossplay.
by the way.
If you have an Xbox and your buddy has a PC, you're going to be able to group up.
Or you could play couch co-op. 2 people on a couch can sit there and have a great experience.
That looks sick.
We've created specific zones where players can engage in PvP.
If you go there, you can start swinging away at people,
I wanna. Wait.
but you're also opening yourself.
It's specific zones where players can engage in PvP.
If you go there, you can start
Please
swinging
people
away
loot.
at people, but you're also opening yourself up to being swung at.
Please
If you're
people
like
loot.
really, really good, the game actually marks you as like a champion on the map. You basically become a loot pinata, and everyone wants to chase you down.
The last story mission is really
Please
the
be-
beginning of a whole.
I'm just praying that PvP is full death. That like, if I chase down another player and kill them, they lose their character. That's like, I'm just sitting here praying. That's what I need. I will play so much. I just want to make sure other people lose their character. Like D2. Why? Because that's the way it was in D2 and it was awesome.
Now you're set up for the end game, and that end game is rich with things to do that allow you to get more and more powerful.
Whether it's new items or new dungeons or new Paragon boards, every single time you come back to play Diablo 4, there's going to be new stuff for you to experience.
And it's something that we're going to support for years to come.
I'm really excited for folks to get their hands on Diablo 4.
Just to see millions of people really enjoying the different options.
Through the campaign,
Local events.
Couch co-op,
Endgame.
PvP.
That sounds great.
It almost doesn't end.
And we are so close.
That looks a lot like the last debuff period. That looks great. If I remember correctly, they've said D4 monetization is going to be buy to play, cosmetics in-game, and paid expansions or DLCs. They do pay to win, I'm gonna cry. Personally, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I was hoping it would be more like Lost Ark than Path of Exile. I love open world stuff. Like, I don't hope it has like dailies and stuff like that, not like that in Lost Ark, but I do love like a big open world. And world bosses and stuff like that are so cool. I really like that in Lost Ark too, actually. Mount cosmetics will be good sellers. So I'm personally in massive favor of stuff like that. I'm in massive favor of stuff like that. Mount skins, skill skins, item skins. I love cosmetics. I will shell out so hard for cosmetics because they don't matter. Like, I just don't ever, for a paid game though, yes. I'll explain why as well. So my favorite monetization would be a free-to-play game with cosmetic monetization, right? But my second favorite would be a paid game with cosmetic monetization. I'll tell you why. The reason I'm okay with a paid game having cosmetic-only monetization is because you are more likely to get regular updates. That's why. If a game is just a box, then I am not expecting to get any updates and very rarely like patch updates outside of big DLCs. So they will still charge for expansions and stuff, but whenever they have, if they get cosmetic monetization going and people are actually buying it a lot, then I'm going to be expecting like pretty sizable leagues or updates, right? Like, I don't want another D3. I just think it's very, very important that a company can keep making money off a game, and I still don't want it to affect gameplay. That's how I look at it. So I will always be massively in favor of anything cosmetic, because And I do often say cosmetics don't matter. It's not that they don't matter, it matters the least, right? Out of everything that you can pay money for in a game, cosmetics matters the least, in my opinion. Where are you on Real Money Auction House, by the way? So that's an interesting question. I think I absolutely fucking loved it in Diablo 3 because it allowed me to pay rent, but I think it ruined the game and was really bad for the game. So I hope Diablo 4 does not have a Real Money Auction House. But I know I really loved it at the time, but that was from a, oh, I can pay rent point of view, not from a, this is good for the game point of view, if that makes sense. So I do not like it in the game, but it was great for me at the time. Look at that one. Poof!
With those 150 plus dungeons and with all the different waypoints that are out there, all the local events, all the world bosses, like there's a real reason to go out and venture into the world and see what's out there. And so that's part of it. It's not just, oh, I'm on this path, this
Needs
golden
more
path of the
mobs.
story. There's a whole world.
If you're able to make it fun and the loot important, I feel like PoE almost has too many mobs, to be honest. I honestly feel like PoE is way too many monsters. I feel like I would closer want something to Last Epoch than PoE. PoE explosions feel so nice because it's just like, I'm just deleting screens and it does become, like you said, yeah, a bit of a Zerg fest. Like, I get that it feels nice, but it is a bit much. It's also way harder to optimize. So, like, there just needs to be important loot and it needs to feel good. If it feels good, I'd rather have less monsters. Diablo 4 is coming out as a full-price game built strictly for PC console audiences. This game is huge and there will be tons of content after launch for all players. Played content is built around optional cosmetics and eventually full expansions. So, I have no I like Pez. I have no reason not to take him at his word. But I'm still pretty skeptical.
Well, now in Diablo 4, you can go to the occultist, you can extract that power off those gloves, get another legendary at your level and put it onto that. And so then you can carry that in your build forward even longer. And you can actually...
I realized one problem with that. I was like, oh, this sounds really good. But then I was like, that sounds like the majority of the power is going to be very generic on items then. It sounds, that makes me a little scared that the generic thing is going to be pretty generic. Maybe not as generic as attack and defense, but I'm like, yeah, I don't like gear being super homogenous. But it is Diablo, you're right. It's never going to be Path of Exile. I think it's a little bit hard. When you're super into PoE, I think other ARPGs is going to leave you a little bit empty. In the sense that PoE is just such a magical puzzle right now with so in-deep gear and crafting and everything. And I don't know if we'll ever see another game like that. Ever. So maybe I should just stop trying. But, I mean, it could be interesting. I mean, I'm looking forward to Diablo 4. Because if nothing else, it will bring more people to play Path of Exile. Worst case scenario, it'll bring a lot of people to play Path of Exile. So I really hope they have at least the option for hardcore PvP. That would be the biggest thing for me. To at least have the option. It doesn't need to be that you could have softcore PvP on hardcore too. But you could have the option. Like, I would want that if somebody kills me, I lose my character. It looks really good. Honestly, they have a very beautiful game, right? I think everybody agrees with that. I'm just worried about the itemization. I'm worried it's going to be number go higher. I really don't like number go higher itemization. And I'm worried that this is going to be number go higher with one unique stat. That is interesting. But it's going to be hard to compare to Path of Exile's monetization. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me reacting and talking about Diablo 4. Thanks for watching. Sub if you liked the video. But more importantly, try to die less than I